Do you want to look elegant, sophisticated, and have that rich woman vibe without spending a fortune? Today, I'm going to show you how to wear a midi skirt so that every time you walk, you look like you stepped straight out of a magazine cover. You'll discover which fabrics flatter you best, how to pair it without looking older, and what type of shoes make your legs look longer without needing sky-high heels. Stay until the end, because the final tip is the most powerful of all. Very few women apply it, but it can turn any skirt into a true style statement. Tip number 8. Mix textures with intention. When it comes to looking elegant in a midi skirt, being pretty isn't enough. What really makes the difference is what you pair it with. A midi skirt can be stunning, but if you don't choose the right fabrics to go with it, the whole look falls apart. I've seen so many women fall into two extremes. Some pair the skirt with fabrics that are overly shiny and synthetic, as if they were wrapped in aluminum foil. Others go the opposite way, choosing fabrics so heavy, rough, or dull that the outfit loses all its life. The key is knowing how to mix textures with intention, and now I'm going to show you how. If the skirt is satin or flowy, like those that glide as you walk, pair it with a premium cotton blouse or a lightweight knit sweater. If instead it's made of wool, structured linen, or polished denim, balance it with a light fabric like silk or lace. The secret is to create subtle contrasts that spark interest without shouting. Remember, an elegant woman doesn't need to overdo it to make an impact. True sophistication lies in the details. If every texture tells a story, then you are the most fascinating book in the room. And trust me, everyone wants to read you. And what's coming next changes the proportions of your entire look, even if no one's told you before. If you're enjoying these kinds of tips, subscribe to the channel. Here, we talk about fashion. Yes, but more importantly, we talk about self-worth, style, and feminine power. Tip number 7. Pay attention to coat and jacket lengths. The midi skirt already has a strong presence in terms of length, so what you wear over it can either enhance it or ruin all your effort. The most common mistake? Wearing jackets that end exactly where the skirt begins. The result? A visually chopped silhouette that makes you look shorter and wider than you actually are. The solution is simple and elegant. If your skirt ends at mid-calf, choose either a shorter jacket that highlights your waist or a much longer outer layer, like a trench, kimono, or flowy coat that creates a vertical column. This creates a clean, streamlined, and most of all, majestic line. And if there's a woman who knows how to do this, it's Diane Keaton. Her sophisticated aesthetic with midi skirts and enveloping coats proves that the right length in your top layer isn't coincidence, it's strategy. She commands proportions like a visual orchestra conductor. Each layer speaks to the others without competing. Avoid boxy blazers, short jackets that stop at the hips, or overly thick fabrics that add unnecessary bulk. And now, listen carefully. You are not here to hide. Every layer you wear can be either armor or a barrier. Choose clothes that support you, not that bury you. Because when you dress with structure, you project strength. And you, queen, have a lot to say, even without speaking. Are you enjoying these tips? Then don't miss my ebook, More Elegant Than Ever. It's a complete handbook to help you refresh your image. Link in the description. Tip number 6. Wear midi skirts with boots. One of the most sophisticated and also most underrated ways to wear a midi skirt in fall or winter is with boots. When styled right, boots not only keep you warm, they add visual strength, style, and character. They're that modern touch that turns something classic into something powerful. So, Which ones work best? Tall, fitted boots that slip under the skirt without bulging, or snug ankle boots that elongate the legs without cutting your shape. As for colors, the most elegant choices are neutral or deep tones: black, camel, burgundy, slate gray, or even a muted wine shade, and if possible, try to match the color of your boots to your skirt to create a continuous line. Now, let's talk about what to avoid. Many women make the mistake of wearing boots that are too wide or cut off mid-calf, which visually shortens your figure and makes the whole feel heavy. Another common misstep is choosing boots with oversized platforms, loud colors, or shapes that seem designed more for hiking than for walking in style. Remember this: you're not trying to get attention because of what you wear, but how you wear it and when you choose. With elegance, attention comes naturally, without forcing it, because listen closely. Shoes are not just a detail. They're the foundation of your presence. A woman who picks the right boots doesn't just walk, she claims her space. So walk with grace, with purpose, and with style. Because every step you take, Queen, deserves to be remembered. And what's coming next is pure movement with a hint of modern flair. Tip number 5, play with asymmetry. A midi skirt doesn't always have to be straight, symmetrical, and formal. In fact, when you choose one with an asymmetrical design, whether it has an irregular cut, a diagonal hem, or a subtle slit, you're adding a modern and very flattering touch to your image. Asymmetry, when done right, creates visual movement. And movement, Queen, is rejuvenating. It makes you look current, light, feminine, without losing elegance. Plus, this kind of design breaks the stiffness that often scares us when it comes to proper clothing. A soft side slit, for example, doesn't reveal too much, but it shows just enough to let the world know that there's intention in what you're wearing. It's not about showing more skin, it's about showing more personality. Ideal colors, neutrals, or deep tones. The asymmetrical cut is already the star, so don't go for bold prints or overly shiny fabrics. One woman who has mastered asymmetry is Cate Blanchett. In many of her appearances, she's worn midi skirts with asymmetric cuts that bring elegance with a modern edge. She never looks forced, never like she's wearing a costume. Cate understands that an unexpected cut, done well, can be her best weapon to stand out with subtlety. She doesn't need sequins to shine. She shines through smart design. Avoid skirts with poorly placed cuts or overly dramatic slits. Also, don't pick stiff fabrics for this type of design because they lose the visual effect and end up looking like a failed attempt at modernity. And here's something important. A woman who allows herself a small twist in her clothing is also giving herself permission to evolve from the inside, because style is also a form of freedom, and you deserve to feel free without ever compromising how polished you look. What's next is one of the simplest and most elegant ways to look expensive and modern. Tip number 4, go monochrome. If there's one styling formula that never fails and always elevates your image, it's this: dressing in one single color. Monochrome has an instant visual effect. It lengthens the silhouette, slims you down, and radiates elegance effortlessly. It's the kind of look that makes you appear taller, more refined, and more confident, even if you're wearing basic pieces. And no, you don't have to wear all black to make it work. You can play with tones like beige, camel, navy blue, pearl gray, or deep burgundy. You can also mix different shades of the same color. For example, a midi skirt in ivory with an off-white blouse and a cream coat. That's called chromatic silence, and it's one of the favorite tools of sophisticated style. The secret lies in mixing different textures within the same color: a linen skirt, a silk blouse, a leather belt. That way, you avoid the outfit looking flat and instead create visual depth. A perfect example? Victoria Beckham. She's turned monochromatic looks into part of her visual identity. We've seen her countless times in midi skirts that match her tops, shoes, and bags. The result? An elegant, structured, quiet, but powerful image. Victoria doesn't need a single print to stand out. Her elegance lies in her visual coherence. And that, Queen, is a skill you can train. Avoid mixing strong colors or overly bold contrasts. And don't try to overload the outfit with flashy accessories. Monochrome speaks for itself. And here's something many forget. When you dress in one color, you're forced to pay attention to the details. The shoes, the hair, the attitude. It all adds up. And that, Queen, shows. Because a woman who looks at herself with intention dresses with respect. And that, without a doubt, makes her unforgettable. What's coming next is the secret of women who look expensive without opening their wallet. Tip number 3, look for quality fabrics. You can have the perfect cut, the ideal color, the dream shoes. But if the fabric doesn't hold up, the look falls apart. Literally. The fabrics you choose for your midi skirt say more about you than any brand label. Because a good fabric speaks without saying a word. It flows, follows your body, doesn't cling to the wrong places, and adds presence. Which fabrics are flattering after 50? The ones with natural drape, movement, and a medium weight that doesn't wrinkle just by looking at it. Think opaque satin, crepe, heavy linen, high-quality viscose, or structured cotton. All these fabrics feel luxurious to the touch, but they also look polished effortlessly. And if you want a clear example of how the right fabric can make you look majestic, think of Julianne Moore. Always flawless, always dressed in noble fabrics that seem to float around her. Whether at a gala or in an interview, her clothes never scream. They simply flow with her. Because Julianne knows that the right fabric doesn't just make you look beautiful, it tells your story without needing to say a word. Avoid shiny polyester, thin lycra, overly glossy materials, or fabrics that make noise when you walk. Anything that looks cheap shows. And you don't need to spend a fortune to avoid it. You just need to train your eye. And here's the most important part. When you choose a fabric that supports you, you feel good from the inside. You're not squeezing yourself in, not forcing anything. You're dressing yourself with softness, because an elegant woman doesn't fight with her clothes. She walks in peace with them. And what comes next, Queen, is pure style with visual intelligence. Tip number 2, prints with strategy. A printed midi skirt can be a masterpiece or a total disaster. It all depends on which print you choose, how you style it, and what it communicates about you. After 50, a print should be your ally, not your enemy. Because when chosen well, it brings freshness, softens your look, and projects confidence. But if it's chaotic or overwhelming, it can make you look overdone, or worse, like you're wearing a costume. The key is to go for small, harmonious prints that create a sense of verticality. Thin stripes, soft polka dots, subtle florals, or fine geometric patterns are what flatter. And if the print includes diagonal lines or V shapes, even better. They visually elongate your figure and define your shape without you having to move a muscle. As for the rest of your outfit, keep it simple. If the skirt has a print, let the top breathe. Go for a solid blouse in a neutral tone or in a shade that matches one of the colors in the skirt. That's called chromatic silence, and when you apply it, the outfit feels intentional, refined, and balanced. A woman who has mastered this beautifully is Sarah Jessica Parker. While many associate her with bold, statement-making fashion, in her real life she's shown how to wear prints that are subtle, sophisticated, and strategic. She often wears printed midi skirts balanced with neutral blouses. She understands that it's not about avoiding prints, it's about knowing when to stop. Avoid oversized florals, confusing graphics, neon colors, or combinations that look like they came from a birthday party. The print should not compete with you. It should frame you, enhance you, and walk beside you. Imagine a midi skirt with a small navy and white floral print. Pair it with a structured white blouse tucked in, and a navy blazer that defines your silhouette without overloading the outfit. On your feet, go for nude sandals or beige ankle boots. Add a few gold accessories and a light-toned handbag that complements without competing. The result? A fresh, polished, and feminine look that radiates elegance effortlessly. And here's the truth. A woman who chooses with intelligence also dresses with calm. She doesn't need to overload to be noticed. Her elegance doesn't come from noise, but from balance, because you're not here to impress everyone. You're here to remember who you are. And what's coming next, Queen, is the most powerful tip of all, and the one very few actually apply. Tip number 1. Add contrast but not chaos. This is where many go wrong, not because they lack style, but because they try too hard. Contrast in fashion can be your greatest visual asset or your worst enemy. And the difference lies in strategy. Contrasting isn't about pairing neon green with fire truck red or electric blue with sunshine yellow. It's about choosing a color that stands out, but still respects the harmony of your outfit. A midi skirt in a neutral tone like black, gray, or camel can look stunning when paired with a rich top in plum, petrol blue, emerald, or burgundy. These are bold colors, yes, but elegant ones. If you want to look even more polished, choose contrasts that create visual structure. For example, a beige skirt with a hazelnut blouse, or a navy midi with an off-white top. The subtle difference in tones creates definition without harsh breaks. That's real style. Who applies this concept with complete mastery? Monica Bellucci. Her looks are a masterclass in strategic contrast. She often pairs midi skirts in classic tones with strong, elegant tops, and never overdoes it. She never looks like she's trying to impress. She simply stands out, because when contrast is used correctly, it doesn't demand attention. It directs it. Avoid neon colors, clashing combinations, mixed prints with no logic, or tops that overpower your skirt. Your clothes shouldn't fight each other. They should work as a team, so that you are the focus. Remember this. A woman who balances her colors is also balancing her energy. You don't need to shout to be seen. A queen doesn't raise her voice. She raises her level, and that is what makes her unforgettable. If you made it this far, drop a "I love my style" in the comments so I know you're part of our community of women who shine from within. What you learned today is just the beginning. My ebook, More Elegant Than Ever, will show you how to dress for your body type, choose your best colors, and so much more. The link's in the description, and only the first ones to grab it will get all the exclusive content, because you deserve to look like a queen.